Hello. The following 10 questions in this tutorial are very similar to the questions on your homework assignment for week 12. Pause the video as needed to guide you through answering all the questions for this week. Make sure you have your math reference materials. Number 1. Which equation below matches the relationship shown in the table? In this table, we have a value of x and a value of y. We want to write the equation in the form y is equal to mx plus b. When you have a value of 0 for x, your value for y, in this case 3, would be the value for b. B is what we call the y-intercept. To find m, the slope, we must find the change in y over the change in x. M is equal to change in y over change in x. In this case, y is changing from 3 to 5 and then from 5 to 7. This means that when we look at the change in y, we are adding 2 each time. So your change in y is a positive 2. The change in x is from 0 to 1 and then from 1 to 2. It's adding 1 each time. So your slope is 2 over 1. We will write the equation as y is equal to 2x plus 3. Now you try question number 1 on your homework assignment sheet. Number 2. Mark and John are both carpenters. Mark charges an initial fee of $75 plus an hourly fee of $50. Joe charges an initial fee of $40 plus an hourly fee of $80. Mark is $75 as an initial fee and $50 as an hourly fee. That's 50x. X will be the number of hours they work. John, on the other hand, charges an initial fee of $40 plus an hourly fee of $80. So in this case, John would have 40 plus 80x. To find the difference between the two, we will evaluate each expression by assigning 3 to x because they both worked 3 hours. For Mark, it would be 50 times 3 plus the $75 initial fee. 75 plus 150 will be his total earnings, which is 225. For John, on the other hand, if he worked 3 hours, it would be 80 times 3 plus the $40 initial fee. John's total earnings would be 40 plus 240 which is $280. John earns more than Mark, and to find the difference between both earnings, we would subtract 280 minus 225. The difference is 55. John earns $55 more than Mark in a 3-hour job. Now you try question number 2 on your homework assignment. Number 3, which shows the solution to the inequality negative 8x is greater than 56. To isolate the variable x, we must divide by negative 8. In inequalities, when we divide or multiply by a negative as the last step, we must reverse the sign. So x would be less than negative 7. Now you try question number 3 on your homework assignment. Number 4, which equation is represented by the graph below? The line is cutting through the y-axis at 2. That is what we call the y-intercept, or b. In your equation y is equal to mx plus b, b for this particular graph is 2. Notice as well that the line is going up. That is what we call a positive slope. When we find what the actual slope is, what we must look at is the rise over the run in this line. That's the same as finding the change in y over the change in x. M would be equal to rise over run. We select another point in the line, and when we find rise over run, we will look at the spaces needed to move from 2 to 5 along the y-axis and from 0 to 2 along the x-axis. That gives us a slope of 3/2. We can leave m expressed as 3/2 and write our equation as y is equal to 3/2 times x plus 2. Or we can change 3/2 to decimal and write y is equal to 1.5x plus 2. That is your equation for this graph. Now you try question number 4 on your homework assignment. Number 5. Consuelo ran 3 miles in 36 minutes. If she continues running at this pace, how many minutes will it take her to run 5 miles? The ratio in words would be miles per minute. 3 miles in 36 minutes is the rate, and the question is how many minutes would it take to run 5 miles? 3 over 36 can be simplified so that it becomes 1 mile in 12 minutes. If we multiply the top by 5, we would multiply the 12 by 5 as well, and it would take 60 minutes or 1 hour to run 5 miles. Now you try question number 5 on your homework assignment. Number 6, what is the solution to the inequality below? Let's rewrite the inequality. 14x plus 25 is greater than or equal to 18. To solve for x, we will subtract 25 on both sides of the inequality. 25 will cancel out on the left, and 18 minus 25 is -7. So -7 remains on the right of the inequality. Let's bring down the sign and the 14x. To solve for x, once again, we divide by 14. This is a positive division, so no reversing of the sign is necessary. X would be greater than or equal to -7 over 14, or that is 1/2, -1/2, or we can write it as -0.5. In this case, the answer was C. Now, you can try question number 6 on your homework assignment. Number 7. Walter has $350 budget for a birthday party. Dinner boxes cost $7 each. He will also purchase drinks for $45, paper plates for $10, and napkins for $8. Write and solve an inequality that shows how many dinner boxes Walter can purchase. 7x would be the way to express how many boxes at $7 each he could purchase. He is also spending 45 plus 10 plus 8. And all of this must add up to $350 so that he can stay within budget. 45 plus 10 plus 8 is 63, plus the 7x should be less than or equal to 350. To solve for x, we will subtract 63 on both sides, and 63 cancels out on the left. 350 minus 63 will be equal to 287. Bring down your inequality sign, your 7x, and 7 will be divided by 7 on the left and also on the right. 287 divided by 7 is 41. 41 would be the value of x. In other words, Walter can purchase no more than 41 dinner boxes. Now you try question number 7 on your homework assignment. Number 8. Which inequality is shown on the number line below? The number 3 is where the line begins. It is not shaded, so that means that it is not equal to 3. It continues to the left, which means x will be less than 3. Now you try question number 8 on your homework assignment. Number 9. Rajendra solved the inequality. -4x minus 1 is less than or equal to -9. His work is shown below. Where did he make the error in his calculation? When we look at the work and we add 1 on both sides, we realize that steps 1 and 2 are correct. Step 3 requires a division by a negative, which means that the inequality sign must be reversed. X should be greater than or equal to +2. Rajendra forgot to reverse the sign. Now you try question number 9 on your homework assignment. Number 10. Marcia has $35 to spend at a book fair. The admission is $2 and each new paperback is 3. Which inequality expresses the number of new paperbacks that Marcia can buy? The $2 are the one-time admission fee, and the paperback price will depend on how many paperback Marcia will purchase. So the varying amount is 3. The fixed amount is 2. Since the varying amount is 3, we will write 2 as a constant, as a number that doesn't change. And we will add 3 times P. P will represent the number of paperbacks Marcia buys. This amount must be less than or equal to her budget of $35. The answer to this question is B. Now you try question number 10 on your homework assignment.